The day I staged my own engagement breakup for 100,000 views, I didn't expect my real fiancé would leave me. Nigeria's hunger for viral content cost me the one thing money couldn't buy. My name is Amaka, but online, everyone knows me as Amaka the Content. At least that's what I desperately wanted. 3 months ago, I was just another graduate roaming the streets of Lagos with a mass communication degree that seemed more useful as rapper for Moi Moi than for getting a job. My whole techno phone had finally given up after 4 years of loyal service, and my elder sister Ngozi had gifted me her old iPhone 11 Pro when she upgraded. That iPhone changed everything. Suddenly, I could see what everyone was doing on Instagram. The girls from my university were now brand ambassadors, posting videos from exclusive events in Banana Island. The ladies from my church flashing designer bags in Dubai vacation photos. Even my secondary school seatmates, Blessing, had somehow become a skincare entrepreneur with 300,000 followers, doing product giveaways every weekend. Me, I had 186 followers, most of them relatives and church members who still asked how is school, even though I had graduated 2 years ago. Amaka, why are you frowning at your phone like that? My boyfriend Chidi asked one evening as we sat in his car outside the cinema at Ikeja City Mall. Nothing, Jare, I sighed, scrolling through my feeds while sipping my cold shawarma smoothie. Just tired of seeing all these people living their best lives. Some of them were in the same class. Some even begged to copy my assignments. Now, look at them. Chidi squeezed my hand. You know most of it is fake, right? That Tolu that is always posting designer shoes. Her brother works for DHL and brings home rejected packages. I laughed, but something inside me couldn't let go. The world had changed and I was being left behind. In today's Nigeria, your social media following was becoming more valuable than your degree. That night, I made my first attempt at content. A makeup tutorial using the 3 colors of eyeshadow I owned. I recorded it 7 times because the generator kept making noise in the background. When I finally posted it, I got 15 likes. My mother commented, "My daughter, why is your face shining like this? Too much oil." I deleted the video. Next came food vlogs. I spent half my NYSC allowance eating at places I couldn't afford, trying to look like those food bloggers. 31 likes, 2 new followers who tried to sell me weight loss tea. Dance videos, the security guard's children hyped me, but online, nothing. After a month of trying everything, I was still stuck at 204 followers, and that was when I met Zainab. Zainab was that babe in the area everyone knew was into runs. What kind exactly? Nobody asked directly. She wore the best human hair and always had the latest iPhone. I ran into her at a salon while waiting to retouch my braids. "Amaka, I dey see your videos online o. You get potential, but you need strategy," she said while scrolling through her phone with perfectly manicured nails. Strategy? Yes now. You think all these big girls blow by dancing and posting food? Na strategy, drama, something wey go make people stop scrolling. That night, Zainab added me to a WhatsApp group called Lagos Girls Blueprint. The things I learned there changed my perspective forever. The group had over 300 members, all girls with the same hunger in their eyes. The admin, someone called Madam Views, sent me a voice note as soon as I joined. Welcome there. If you are here, you're tired of watching from the sidelines. This is not for the weak. We create contents that break the internet. The first lesson came immediately. Authenticity is boring. Controversy is currency. I scrolled through their shared content. One girl had pretended her boyfriend was beating her, filming herself crying with makeup bruises. 70,000 new followers in 1 week. Another had staged a wedding proposal rejection at Jabi Lake Mall. The video went viral on Twitter with 2 million views. But isn't this lying? I typed hesitantly. 3 laughing emojis came back instantly. It is content creation, not journalism, someone replied. Chidi noticed the change in me. You're always on your phone these days, he complained during our Sunday evening walks by the Lekki Conservation Center. I am building something, I had replied, barely looking up for my notifications. Our 2-year relationship has been heading toward marriage. Chidi, an electrical engineer with PHCN, wasn't rich but was stable. He had already taken me to see his parents in Enugu. Mine had approved of him too, especially after he fixed our compound's wiring for free. But while he talked about our future, I was busy planning my next viral attempt. My first controversial video came 3 weeks after joining the group. I filmed myself crying at a restaurant in Okwebi, claiming the manager had insulted me for not ordering enough food. I tagged all the big blogs. The restaurant, confused by the sudden attention, issued an apology. 1,200 new followers overnight. You're learning. Zainab texted me with a fire emoji. The state of attention was sweeter than Chapman. I needed more. My next stunt involved exposing a fake boutique that has supposedly sold me counterfeit designer wear. There was no boutique, just clothes I had bought from Yaba Market and altered slightly. 3,000 new followers and my first sponsorship offer from a competing store. Babe, I saw your video about that boutique, Chidi said one evening. Didn't you tell me last month you bought those clothes from Yaba? I brushed it off. It's just content, everyone does it. He looked at me strangely. But it is not true. It's just how things work now. You won't understand because you're not in the social media space, I replied, annoyed by his old-fashioned thinking. But the real game changer came during a group strategy call when Madam View suggested relationship drama as the fastest route to virality. Nigerians love other people's relationship problems. If you have a boyfriend, use him. If you don't, create one. I had one, a good one, and our 2-year anniversary was coming up in 2 weeks. The plan formed in my head like a disease. Chidi had been saving to buy me a special gift. He had been working overtime for months. I knew it was probably an engagement ring. Perfect, Zainab said when I told her my idea. You'll be at 50,000 followers minimum. The day arrived. As expected, Chidi took me to an expensive restaurant in Victoria Island. He was wearing his only suit, looking so handsome and nervous. Before we entered, I secretly handed my phone to a girl I had hired from the group to record everything. Throughout dinner, I was distracted, positioning myself for the best camera angle, rehearsing my lines in my head. When dessert came, so did the small black box. Amaka, Chidi said, his voice shaking slightly as he got down on one knee. You've been my peace, my joy, my everything for 2 years. Will you? I stood up abruptly, knocking over my wine glass deliberately. I can't do this, I said loudly, making sure nearby tables could hear. I know about Chidi. I've seen the messages. His face crumpled into confusion. What messages? What are you talking about? I threw the napkin dramatically. Your co-worker, Ifoma, don't pretend. There was no Ifoma. I had made her up entirely. Amaka, I don't even have a co-worker by that name. What's happening right now? I stormed out, making sure to cry loudly enough for the entire restaurant to hear. Outside, I collected my phone from the girl, hands shaking with adrenaline. That was fire, the girl said, showing me the recording. Pure Nollywood drama. I posted the video that night with the caption, I was about to say yes until I discovered the truth. Heartbreak anniversary. Hashtag broken heart emoji. By morning, it had 120,000 views. By afternoon, it hit almost every Nigerian blog. My followers jumped from 15,000 to 62,000 in 24 hours. Brands began sending DMs. One even offered me a heartbreak recovery package worth 200,000 naira to promote. I was finally trending, but Chidi wasn't answering my calls. When I went to his apartment to explain it was just for content, his neighbor said he had traveled to Enugu. He looked really sad, she added, was crying as he packed his bags. He will understand once he calms down, I told myself. Everyone does stunts these days. But 3 days later, his mother called me. Amaka, how could you humiliate my son like that? After everything, his boss even saw that shameful video. The whole church is talking. I tried to explain that it was just content creation, just business, but she hung up. A week passed, then 2. Chidi's number remained unavailable. His Instagram showed he had returned to Lagos but was ignoring my messages. The engagement ring, which I later learned had cost him 6 months of savings, was returned to the jeweler. Meanwhile, my following kept growing. I hit 100,000 and received my first major endorsement deal with a hair brand. 500,000 naira for 3 posts. The money felt amazing, but each night I would stare at Chidi's contact, my thumb hovering over the call button. Then came the final blow. A mutual friend sent me a link to a new video trending on Twitter. It was Chidi, sitting quietly in his room, looking directly at the camera. My name is Chidi Okafor. 3 weeks ago, I proposed to the woman I thought I would spend my life with. What I didn't know was that my most vulnerable moment was being recorded as a social media stunt. His voice never raised, but each word felt like a hammer. I'm not making this video to trend. I'm making it because sometimes we need to ask ourselves what we are becoming. What is real anymore? I love the real person, not a content creator. I wanted a real life, not a performance. The video had over 200,000 views. People were tagging me, calling me Atlas. Some of my new followers began unfollowing. The brand that assigned me sent me an email about reconsidering our partnership given the public sentiment. I tried damage control, made a tearful apology video claiming I had made a mistake. But unlike my fake breakup, these tears were real. I had lost something authentic, chasing something fleeting. Last week, I saw Chidi at the mall. It was with another girl. They were laughing, not performing for any camera. He saw me too, nodded politely, and walked away. That night, I posted my first authentic content ever. No filters, no script, no drama. Just me, Amaka, talking about the price of going viral. It got fewer views than anything I had posted before. But for the first time since this all began, I could look at myself in the mirror without rehearsing an expression. The notifications still come, though less frequently now. But when my phone lights up, I no longer reach for it like it is oxygen. Some days, I even leave it face down. Because the truth is, in a country where we are all desperate to be seen, I learned too late that being truly seen by one person who loves you is worth more than being watched by thousands who don't even know your real name. My name is Amaka, not Amaka the content, just Amaka, and this is my story.